in the jaw. There's no way I ran a good time. But yeah, it's that continuity and also learning a little bit about the game. So they're being challenged by some NFL coaches.
Nice.
Speed again. You saw the afterburners.
That's a nice play. Little false pull with a toss sweep coming out the back door. It's the man again.
Isaiah, as you just made reference to, Simmons is
he's all over the
contact.
Yep. Yeah, you got Merritt. He's going to get to the outside and really bounce this thing. But you got to look at the man right here, back here. Hey, Mr. Simmons. He is going to see ball and hit ball. He's not worried about this hesitation. He's going through the man, running him all the way to the sideline. That's the difference in defenders now and their ability to bring down a guy in open space.
Wait, you want to get in on that? I saw you looking over his shoulder. You want to draw that
It's
up?
a great concept.
Okay.
Misdirection there. Just kind of see if the defense's eyes are true to him, right? What are you looking at? What are your keys and what do you see is a good play right there.
Miller. Sailing out of bounds. Nick Nash, the intended receiver, former quarterback, triple crown in the regular season last year. Talked to the coaching staff last week about Nash. They said campaign, he was a quarterback previously, that you're just street balling it out there. You're trying to figure out, like, hey, how can we execute something fun for these guys? Keep them engaged. And almost one of those wow type moments. Just checking into the game at the quarterback spot. Oh, that's not hit. Ball's loose.
Hey, man, Drew wasn't messing around when he talked about getting his defense kind of salty and going. They got to go on to that.
Drew Wilkins, the defensive coordinator, telling us, hey, we want to pitch a shutout in this game. Max Brosmer in for the West offense. But we got to hang with PJ Fleck, who was here at practice. I asked him about Max processor. He said he's the most coachable kid I've ever had. Coaching staff also raving about what's going on underneath that helmet.
Yeah, they say he's a film junkie. They say that he's a guy that was even studying the Jacksonville offense even before they even came to the Shrine Bowl. But once he figured out that once he found out he got the invite, he understood exactly who's going to be running the offensive staff. He started watching their NFL film so that he had a greater grasp of what the concepts were going to be. So he's the type of guy that you want to ensure that you have in your locker room.
All right, so let's take a closer look and review this play. First time we've had review in the East-West Shrine Bowl. Trying to figure out if it was a fumble or an incomplete pass. The call on the field was an incomplete.
Uh-oh. Was that our boy Tyron Herring again?
Yeah. It might be now. It's such a bang play. He catches it, but he moves. Does it make a football move? Does it make a football move?
I would call that incomplete. He separated him from the ball.
That's Blaine Taylor, one of those late ads. Another guy who hasn't practiced. He got here Tuesday night, trying to just make a play.
Yeah, that's a tough one. He lucked out.
Call that a bang play.
So I got one incomplete, one fumble. Is that what I'm hearing from you guys?
Incomplete. I'm calling this one incomplete.
Buck?
I mean, looks like I might be on the losing end of this one. I might be on the losing end, you know.
After review, the ruling on the field of incomplete pass is confirmed. That is the only challenge that the East can use for this game, and it's also their second and final time out of the half.
Isaiah? Always on it.
I wasn't going to say it, but I told you so. No, you see Marquise Williams right there, the coach for the East. He's doing a great job. It was one of the things coming out of meetings. We all collectively sat there and looked at each other and talked about how well prepared he was, how motivated his coaching staff was, how they understood the players, how they really were passionate about these guys going out here and making plays. And you're seeing it show up. It's a nod of the head to him and his entire coaching staff to get these guys to come together. They come from different locker rooms, different schemes, different philosophies, and they're out here playing as one unit today.
There was such a maturity. I talked to Max on Monday, and you could kind of feel it there. A little rush on that pass. Felt some pressure. Josh Brooks, the intended receiver. Now, football doesn't work out for Rosmer. It's all good. Got a pretty decent backup plan. Earned his undergraduate degree from New Hampshire in biomedical science and began his master's in kinesiology. You know, here's another FCS guy, right? Able to level up to go to Minnesota. Yeah. I said to him, like, hey, like, what's that like? He goes, dude, you got to love football. He's like, at New Hampshire, we didn't have, like, the indoor and all the bells and whistles. Super grateful. Feeling some pressure.
There, Johnny Walker.
So, Tonka Hemingway, another name that we made reference to a little bit earlier. You could see kind of jumping up, batting that thing down.
Yeah, he was running for his life by 15. Johnny Walker. You talk about somebody in this last season had 9.5 sacks. He had 8.5 sacks in 7 games. So this dude is an absolute beast. He's not somebody that you want to be looking over your shoulder and seeing come after you unblocked.
The coaches raved about it. They talked about the toughness, the physicality, all the effort that he's displayed throughout the practice week. We're seeing that show up in this game.
So Luke Elzinga with the punt. You see Chisholm. There was a part of me was like, dude, let's see what you got in a phone booth. Smart move there. Once again, Johnny Walker. No, that Johnny Walker with the hit.
Years of hard work. Decades of dedication. Committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia and IPD, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia and invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52% by other pneumococcal conjugate vaccines. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Whether you've had another pneumococcal vaccine or not, ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive.
Chunky is spicy, and it's good to be spicy. I'm talking hunks of fiery, delicious protein. Oh, is it hot in here? Or is it just chunky? Soup that eats like a meal.
Coming up tomorrow on The Insiders, we'll have all the up-to-the-minute news from around the NFL. Plus, live team reports and expert analysis as only NFL Network can deliver. Catch it all tomorrow at 7 Eastern on The Insiders.
Story of the game thus far, Corey Krosky-Merritt. Dude's been a baller.
Absolutely. Stop-start quickness, burst, running with a little violence and physicality. And we're always looking for guys that can put the ball in the paint. You're seeing the explosiveness. We've seen him get paid dirt twice. Here we see a little quicker. Get to the pylon. He does it time and time again. Really impressive performance for him thus far.
8 carries, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns right now in this first half.
Trying to get the MVP.
He is.
Get that plaque.
He is the front runner right now with the East on top, 14-0. West offense trying to come alive here, but another opportunity for the East to tack on some more points. Cam Miller at North Dakota State, still your quarterback. How about this drive? Oh, right across the middle. It's Nick Nash.
Yeah, that's one of the things they talked about with Cam Miller. He's played so much ball. He's played so much competitive ball, right, in very important games. This is chill for him, right? So he's able to get to his first, second, and third reads confidently. He's not questioning where he's going with the ball next. He's literally progressing through his reads. On that one, you got a play action, come to your number one man, put the ball in a position where you can catch it and do something with it.
So the reception for Nash, good for 14. I'm glad you mentioned the progressions there. I talked to his head coach, Tim Polasek, who said he's in this game because of how he goes through those progressions and loses the football.
Just gave away one.
So tough with those rotating centers, man.
Look like Teddy Buchanan in there.
That's probably the most challenging aspect. Being a former quarterback, I can tell you, you want your guy, right? But when you come to these all-star games, you don't have your guy. You're working with guys that you don't have that chemistry with. Some guys snap the ball further. Some guys are short on their snaps. They're anxious. So you really have to do a good job as a quarterback to stay underneath your center and kind of ride him as he snaps it to ensure that plays like that don't happen.
Oh, man, it was going so well. It's going so well for him.
Exchanging a couple turnovers here. So it is the West offense with an opportunity to get on the board. Trailing the East in the second quarter, 14-0.
Man, normal game, this is a shot zone. Have a turnover sitting right at midfield. First play should be a big play. Shot.
Rosmer working out of the gun. Corey Kiner met by a slew of East defenders.
Yeah, you talking about the East defenders. Those guys are swarming to the ball. You're not seeing one or two guys at the ball. You're seeing the entire team. It's hard for us to even be able to tell who makes the play at times.
Yeah, they are running to the football. They're running with bad intentions. You already hear the pass popping, but you're right. It's the effort and the energy that they're showing running to the football.
Isaiah, you were talking about the exchange, quarterback and center. What's it like for the wide receivers and quarterbacks as this group is trying to work things out? And look, when it comes to the West, we got a couple guys that are in the mix that have been working out all week.
And they want to take the ball away. This is a unit that is playing extremely fast, and they've got their hands on a ton of balls. Just outstanding execution from this defense.
Big-time hitters, turnovers, pressures on quarterbacks. And it's nice to see some fun celebrations.
That's awesome. It's like, what did they say in the DB room? Tips and overthrows?
Tips and overthrows.
Gotta get those.
Oh, man.
So to your part, yeah, to your point, yeah, you're just asking about the continuity between receivers and quarterbacks. If I'm not used to you coming out at the same angle as my receivers that I've thrown thousands of routes to, now all of a sudden my location is off, right? Instead of the ball being on your front shoulder, the ball's on your back shoulder like we just saw right there, and that's the result of a little bit of inaccuracy. If you're not on the same page with your receiver, the ball's not where it needs to be, in a result in big turnovers.
So the West will call the timeout as we're staring down a 2-point conversion.
Yes, you're going to see right here, Fortune is going to be right here at the bottom of your screen. He's sitting outside leverage, so he's watching everything come at him. He's going to sink, and the ball literally just falls to him. They're trying to get the ball to the big tight end, and they were unable to get the ball to Luke Lachey.
Look at Bates.
Yeah, they're
the special teams coach.
He's in there.
Darren Bates running right with him.
Energy. All right, now we're able to see the eyes, okay? Scanning. You see the ball's back on the left shoulder. It should have been on the front shoulder. And just because you don't have those reps, you don't have that continuity, that one little error in terms of location results in 6 points the other way.
Isaiah, you were here all week for practice. We're sitting here and you're seeing this roster and Bucky, these wide receivers. We get into the meeting room yesterday. 6 wide receivers on that side of the football not playing in this game. They got to bring 2 guys in that haven't even practiced yet.
Yeah, it really hurt them. Man. They don't have the same guys that practice.
Ja'Cory Brooks, good for the 2-point conversion. Miller finding them.
So, yeah, but there's an almost put a hamstring, but running back, if you want your team to be excited as a coach, you have to show that same excitement. Man, you love to see that, players and coaches getting together.
And you felt that energy from him in the meeting room, right? We already talked about Marquise Williams and how his leadership has really impacted that coaching staff. But when you talk about Darren Bates, and not only was he a good player, he was a really good special teams player, but now you see him as a coach, and that energy is emphatic.
You said his energy in the meeting room. Marquise Williams hijacked the meeting and loafed him up for about 10 minutes.
He did.
Yeah, like that.
Awesome. He's still going. Leon, he's still barking. He probably about to put the pads on.
Name one barking the whole time.
So Brady Cook back in under center for the West. It's Carter Runyon. And Cam Medrano again in on the hit.
Yeah, look, man, we had a conversation with the coaches. They talked about Medrano and just how he gets it. They talked about his toughness, his leadership ability, but really how he showed up each and every day in practice, how it really came to him. The biggest compliment you can give a football player is when the coach says he's a ball player. Multiple coaches on that staff talked about him just being a really good football player.
So Cook will work out of the gun.
Johnny Walker down at the bottom of the screen.
Across the middle for a completion. So Cam Medrano, it's a guy that obviously has got a great story, a great path as well. You see some of the shots of him, Bucky, as a child.
Oh, look, man, we talk about in the background when we're reading these reports on these players, and you dig in, you see that he's been in the rodeo. He's involved in all this. Just speaks to the athleticism. Former wide receiver that made the transition to linebacker. A lot of things to like about him and what he brings.
Again, a little quick.
I got to make tackle. Oh, we got a penalty.
Antoine Wells. So a little hesitation. I'm just going to call a spade here. You got these college all-star games. We got rosters that are all over the place.
Eligible player downfield, number 75.
We were told Wells wasn't going to be out there.
5-yard penalty. Replay
So on that last completion, I'm thinking to myself, 13. Not on my board here. So Juice Wells, one of those guys. I'm going through the mental Rolodex. Lord knows I went through these bios enough over the last couple of days. If I'm not mistaken, 7 sisters for Juice Wells. Hopefully I got that one right.
A lot of people to protect.
Boy, that's hard on him in school. Hard on him in school. All those sisters.
Harder on the father, though. A lot of weddings to pay for.
I just got the thumbs up. I was right about the sisters. I'm paying attention. I'm taking notes.
850 players you prep for, that's all.
It felt like 800. Corey Connor on the take. You know, Madrone, I was talking to Jerry Neuheisel, who's on that UCLA staff. By the way, still shocked that he's not an offensive coordinator somewhere. But I'm asking him about Ethan Garbers. Before we get off the phone, he goes, hey, Mike, I got to tell you about Kane. Because what this guy's able to do in practice, the athleticism that's there is raving about him. And then we get into the coaches' meetings, and we're sitting there just listening to these coaches rave about him. And he's making plays today.
It's all about what people are saying in the rooms that you're not in. And when you're in college, you have people raving about you. When you go to these all-star games, you have NFL coaches raving about you. That becomes your identity. That is your identity. That's your character. And that's going to bode well for him in his future.
Jonte Wester, we've seen him in the special teams area with the completion there. The college football fans will certainly remember what Wester did, that Hail Mary that he caught against Baylor to force overtime. This guy's really a possession receiver since 2020, 326. That receiver's got more during that span.
Hemingway, once again, in the middle. Hemingway and Elijah Ponder.
Ponder, we were told by the coaching staff, a chip on his shoulder. They said he plays violent. Out of Cal Poly, trying to prove that he belongs.
Yeah, and Ponder's a big dude, 6'3", 235 pounds. He does a good job of just sitting in there, getting off the edge. That explosiveness, that rush, right, that ability to bend, right? You see guys do hoops all the time. It's very important for that position.
2-minute warning time just before halftime. Like some explosive plays, we've seen them on offense and defense. So Tunnel Fortune, it's a pick 6.
Thinking of updating my kitchen. Thinking of redoing our kitchen. We are finally updating our kitchen.
For all those people who never seem to get around to it,
Breakfast now.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving. Really?
Really? At home or in person. That's guidance from Chase.
Hey guys, something I want to talk to you about. There's a change in the air.
2 changes.
2 changes. Isn't that where the dog beds go?
Yeah.
And no matter how perfect things are now, and you don't want them to change,
It'll be fine.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. I told you it'd be fine.
The 3-row luxury TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe.
Downy does more to make clothes softer, fresher, and better, because your hoodie does more than complete your look. Like when it becomes her favorite place to cuddle. Downy is more than just a fabric softener. It breathes life into your laundry.
What the know-it-all lacks in time spent on Earth, he makes up for in time spent watching football.
These days, offense wins championships.
Actually, of the last 23 Super Bowl winners, 16 have had top 10 defenses.
Be a football know-it-all with NFL Plus Premium.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Make sure you kick off your weekdays with NFL Network and the crew on Good Morning Football, live from Los Angeles. Football's favorite morning show breaks down every trending storyline in the NFL. Good Morning Football, weekdays 8 only on NFL Network. You like hanging with that crew? Looks like you have a good time.
I have a great time.
It's a great time.
It's always fun. It's a really good crew, really great show. Always changing guests on there all the time. We get to have some fun. You talk ball.
So Dominic Lovett back to receive. I think it'll trickle out of bounds.
The 2-minute offense?
Yeah. Get right to it. This should be fun.
A 2-minute offense is probably one of the more difficult things that these teams try to figure out during the week, because you have guys that don't know each other. It's so much, requires so much communication, nonverbal communication, hand signals, all those things really come into part. And when you don't have the time to build that continuity, it's almost impossible to run it. But I'd imagine that they're going to see what they can get out of it right here.
So you see Cam Miller working out of the gun. Here's what I think is going to happen for whatever it's worth. You saw Cam Miller in this first half. Dayton Thorne probably see a little bit later here in this second half. But this is a good piece of tape here for NFL teams assessing Miller.
Yeah, I mean, look, the NFL is all about situational football. You want to see how people handle these situations. One of the positives for Cam Miller was the experience. How does he handle a 2-minute situation with guys that weren't his teammates for his entire career?
And one of the positive things for him is he can't blitz in this game. So he gets some generic coverages for Tampa 2, right?
Oh, right there.
Over the middle.
Nice.
So you start pairing up that experience with the understanding that they can't blitz. Now, all of a sudden, you're looking for the easy indicators for coverage.
Rivaldo Fairweather, the tight end with the reception. The comp that we got from the coaching staff. Jelani Woods, who we saw in this game a couple years ago.
Big physical player who's made his way to the Indianapolis Colts and had some success.
So Cam Miller right now comes to the line of scrimmage, sees one safety high. He's either going to be man or going to
be giving it away.
Cam losing the handle there, coughing up the football.
It's the second time.
And Cam Horsley.
Oh, just took his eye off it.
Yeah, those are the ones that you wish you could have back.
Oh, man.
That's going to haunt him all the way until he gets his name called.
Miller, not a guy that's made a lot of mistakes in his quarterback career.
I mean, that's been the calling card, not only for him, but for the Bison. They don't beat themselves, so it's uncommon for a player of his pedigree to have those kind of mistakes.
You guys surprised seeing 5 turnovers in the first half?
No.
Not at an all-star game. Sometimes it happens.
So Brady Cook back in at quarterback for the West.
Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker.
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Johnny Walker, man. Talk about first step quickness and burst.
Listen, Johnny Walker right here on the right side of your screen. All he's going to do is what we call bend the block. He's going to go, just simply run around. That 5-yard burst is so important. People wonder why at the combine, why are they measuring 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 yards? They want to see exactly what is your get off. How explosive are you in that 5-yard box? Because that's where you live.
Mizzou defensive captain, Mizzou offensive captain. I feel like that happened a couple times in practice.
Oh, no, it didn't happen in practice. It didn't, because they never let him hit the guy in practice. So he was excited, came off the ball, loved the way he did the bend and burst getting around the edge.
Johnny's probably like, going a long time for that one.
Brady Cook's trying to figure out what the heck just happened. He's looking around like,
what was that?
So that thing was pretty close there because you could have made an argument maybe Cook had that knee down. But remember, challenge used. We could see that one in no man's land.
Tyler Batty got in the backfield again. We mentioned his name earlier. The big fella out of BYU. He just keeps finding his way in the backfield, causing havoc, getting in the face of Cam Miller.
There's Batty, told the story, hanging with Merman at practice, and is like, hey, that's the guy that's catching my eye.
Yeah, you know, there's not too many guys that are better than Sean Merriman and Mr. Lights Out in terms of asking, hey, what do you see in this guy? He said, listen, that dude just shows up. He gets in the backfield. Merriman knew a little bit about getting to quarterbacks, so I said, who better to ask?
Miller's got plenty of time here to take a shot. Left to Chisholm in the middle of the field.
Nice concentration by Chisholm. The hardest thing to do is to wait on a ball while you have defenders impending. But then let's talk about the pocket.
Those guys, the offensive line allow for him to have that time to sit back there with confidence and drive the ball in there.
Spike it with 20. Take me through this here because the defense picking up Cam Miller with an opportunity to get some points.
Yeah, you're going to see this pocket right here. I mean, he has no pressure. There's four-man rush. He's able to sit back there and find the gap. They ran a little dagger concept, okay, which is inside seam route, and there's a backside in route. But good job by Chisholm understanding exactly what the coverage is. A lesser receiver would have ran out of that zone. He put the brakes on. It was pass-friendly for a quarterback to get him the ball in that small window of opportunity.
Here's Miller. That's Andrew Henry. One of those Tuesday ads has practice with the team with the reception.
Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry.
We're in the 10 seconds. We keep field goal. We're spiking.
Yeah. Good decision.
Talk about situational awareness. Gets it off. Miller on the run. Elijah Roberts in pursuit. Captain out of SMU coming up with a big defensive play just before halftime. West defense needed it, guys, in the worst way.
It's not the man you want chasing you, I can tell you that.
No. Great play by Roberts to finish it.
I think a lot of people are watching him in that CFP loss to Penn State. Had 2 sacks in that game. So the East in control, 22-0. East in control. Here's Jane.
All right, Coach, that was like a teachable moment there right before the half. You guys were incredibly animated. What were you trying to get the message to Cam?
Yeah, we're trying to get Cam to clock the ball so we could give our kicker a chance at the end of half and put points on the board so we can double up because we will get the ball in the second half. So we just got to clean stuff up. We had 7 penalties on offense and 2 fumbles. So we had to clean that up, and our guys will be in a better position. We can execute down in the red zone a little bit more.
All right, but let's also accentuate the positives. 4 takeaways, hard hits, seeing a lot of physical running from your team. What sort of character and performance out here are they showing prospective scouts?
Well, it starts with the line of scrimmage. Our guys are doing a good job winning the line of scrimmage. Let our ball carrier like Ja'Cory go out there, play in the open field. At the beginning of the week, we worked a lot of open field tackling, open field running, and you can see it come to life with our ball carriers. You see Marquise Siegel, the open field tackle, forcing a fumble. Our pass rush getting to the quarterback, taking advantage of the ball in there. It's been awesome to see the defense fly around, Jane, and offensively too. Like we're making plays, but we just got to clean that up. The defense is flying around. I love what those guys are doing. We're celebrating a lot, so we got to keep our helmets on when we celebrate. But the guys are playing and they're having fun.
I always love your energy, Coach, and you can see it from the team tonight. Best of luck here in the second half. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, Jane. A ton of fun talking to Marquise during the week. End of the first half here in Arlington. East on top, 22-0. We'll dive into the 100-year history of the East-West Shrine Bowl right after this.
Oh, come on. You break it, we take it. At Verizon, anyone can trade in any phone in any condition, guaranteed, and get Google Pixel 9 for everyone in the family. Only on Verizon.
I am an American soldier. I serve the people of the United States.
I will always place the mission first. Delivery. I will never accept defeat.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
They say destiny finds you. Unless your dad and brother are when you'd have a quarterback destiny instead.
Hey, enough of this, Eli. You can't ruin my destiny, Peyton. Not this time. I'm 44 now. I will, because America is going to pick me to make the FanDuel kick of destiny.
Your hubris is your weakness, big brother. You're the best man and win.
FanDuel, Kick of Destiny 3. Make a free pick to compete for a share of $10 million in bonus bets. And new customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets.
Have you ever dreamt of getting 2 of your fave Wendy's items for $7? Like a spicy chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs? Well, today's the day your oddly specific dream comes true. Pretty good dream. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
The Pro Bowl games are here. Advance to the next level. Time to level up. Turn up and tune in to a 2-day competition. As the league's biggest stars put their skills to the test, take their games to the next level, and go head-to-head in the flag football finale, coached by Dayton and Eli Manning. Amazing! The Pro Bowl games, presented by Verizon, continue Sunday at 3.
Welcome back to the East West Shrine Bowl. We are enjoying a halftime performance right now. But first, let's look back and reflect on the 100 years of this great event.
It's a great game to be in, but the purpose behind the game is greater than the game.
My most favorable memory was a visit to the Shriners Hospital. I, at that time, had no idea, 20, 21 years old. Really had no idea what they did. Just thought I was coming out to play a football game and was thoroughly impressed with their cause, their mission, and how they carried it out. And really enjoyed the visit to the hospital.
It's a surreal experience. And one, you're doing something so special for such a worthy cause. The Shriners Hospital has been around for eons of years, and to be named an opportunity and a chance to play the East West Shrine game was certainly an honor.
And when you see a guy like Curly Culp, who's a bad man on a football field, when you see him carrying kids around in his arms, and they're just tickled and cackling to be around him, now you realize what it's all about.
There's a great deal of tradition in this game. The cause is a wonderful cause. You represent what they do out there every day, helping young people get better. Respect that.
You could not be a player with a heart and call yourself a human and not get a kick out of the fact that all those kids were benefiting by what we were doing in some way, shape, or form.
Being a part of something like this game and now this year being the 100th anniversary is pretty cool to know that you're part of something so special.
Was it great to play in a game, be coached by Eric Parseghian? Sure it was. But it was better to go there and go to the Shriners Hospital and meet the kids and see them firsthand. That was the total experience.
Our halftime coverage of the East West Shrine Bowl continues after this break. The story of the East West Shrine logo.
I don't know why these numbers aren't matching. Is the garage sale taxable income?
All right. Jacoby, get warm. Let's let Jacoby take a run at it.
I really thought this was going to be my year.
If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Carryover losses. Here's your problem. There it is.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body liner. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time.
The perfect blend of flavor and heat. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Shake, shake.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, nothing. That's why you got to be tough. The truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper, top of the value, tenderness.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
What's in your wallet?
Chunky is spicy, and it's good to be spicy. I'm talking hunks of fiery, delicious protein. Oh, is it hot in here? Or is it just chunky? Soup that eats like a meal.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal. With a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae. You get an honest-to-goodness full meal, all for just $7 at DQ.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions, home to possibility, and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
You are looking back at the 1974 Shrine Bowl, and why is that significant? That is the game that Mike Esposito performed in, and also a pivotal moment that has really been entrenched in the legacy here that is the East-West Shrine Bowl. A moment between you two, a touching moment at that East-West Shrine Bowl, is really the catalyst for that logo that is part of the East-West Shrine Bowl. Mike, walk me through that. Walk me through this moment that you had with Nicole Ortega, who at the time was one of the patient ambassadors.
It was very simple. We came in, my wife and myself, and we seen this young lady sitting in a bed. We went up to her, and she was scared to death. And I said to my hon, what are we going to do? She goes, why don't we take her out in the hallway and make her relax, get her to relax. So I reached and got Nicole's hand, and she jumped down off the bed, and my wife grabbed the other hand, and we just started walking. And you could see when we did it, all her feeling, she just relaxed.
Nicole, what was it like that moment? What do you remember about that moment?
Well, I was only 2, so I don't remember a lot. So I'm just going off of what my mom and what Mike White has told me, that I was terrified. And I know I was terrified because I was only 2 in a hospital by myself. And then all these big football players come in and all the media come in, and, I'm pretty overwhelmed, I suppose. And Mike was my knight in shining armor and took me out and made me feel comfortable and relaxed.
And what I love is you guys continue to stay in touch. Talk to me about the way that you guys have continued to have this meaningful relationship over the years.
Well, in 1987, they had us get together again after a long period of time. My wife and Nicole used to exchange Christmas cards and letters, and what happened is my kids got old, my grandkids, Nicole kids, so we kind of separate a little, but that ain't going to happen ever again.
Nicole, why is this relationship meaningful to you?
Like I said, he was my knight in shining armor, and even to this day, like, he's holding the doors open for me, offering his jacket. Like yesterday it was raining, and he's just very thoughtful. There was he's just an all-around helpful guy, and
I was taught you take care of ladies and young kids. From my mother, she taught me the right way to act.
That really is the spirit of this East-West Shrine Bowl, bringing these guys here, realizing that it's more than just the game, and how special that you two in that moment back in 1974 so immortalized, and really an example of what this event is all about. Thank you guys for your time. I wish we, of course, had more of it. Love seeing you guys even interact at the banquet last night.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we're going to go ahead and send this one back to the break. Thank you so much. We've got more coverage from the East-West Shrine Bowl here in Arlington on the other side of the break.
That TV. It's like we're in the game.
I know. We had Best Buy install it.
Easy. Bigger's better.
So we went big with everything.
Wing?
What if game day was even bigger? Best Buy, official sponsor of Super Bowl 59.
Outback Steakhouse has a 3-course meal called the Aussie Aussie Aussie.
With soup or salad, your choice of select entrees, and a cheesecake for dessert. It's three ways. 3 courses starting at $14.99 at Outback for a limited time.
Years of hard work. Decades of dedication. Committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia and IPD, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia, an invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52% by other pneumococcal conjugate vaccines. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Whether you've had another pneumococcal vaccine or not, ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive.
Some of the brightest stars in the NFL began their journey here, the College All-Star Games.
Justin Herbert.
And they're only on NFL Network.
Russell Wilson steps to the line of scrimmage. Josh Allen, unbelievable.
Get an early glimpse of greatness as these NFL hopefuls look to make a name for themselves.
Now, this is what I was meant to do. Mayfield, touchdown! Ed McConkey, welcome to the NFL.
The Reese's Senior Bowl, Saturday at 2:30 on NFL Network.
All right, taking a look at your first half stats. A lot of dominant numbers for the East squad, which is why they are on top 22-0. Not only does the offense look good, but the reality is the defense also handling business in a meaningful way. We heard from Marquise Williams, who said he wanted to clean some stuff up in the second half. Shane Bowen probably thinking the same thing. He's with Jane Slater.
All right, hey, Coach, tough first half for your team on the scoreboard. I love the look that I'm getting from you right now. What was the message in the locker room?
Yeah, we got to take care of the ball, and we've actually had a few that they've coughed up, and we haven't taken advantage of them. They took advantage of our turnovers. They had a pick six. We fumbled in the red zone down here. They take it in to score, and that's the difference right now. We got advantage of it on offense, and then just the self-inflicted wounds. These penalties show up. And as soon as you get a penalty on offense, it drives dead. So we got to do a good job staying on track and not beating ourselves.
Hey, this is still a teachable moment, though, when you consider the league. So what was the message to these guys just in terms of keeping the spirit up, things along those lines?
Yeah, it's one play at a time, right? One play at a time. I don't know who's going to make the play that's going to change the momentum, but somebody's going to make it. We got to set the tone here on this kickoff, and hopefully we can find a way to get off the field and give our offense some positive field position. But make your play when it comes, and I don't know who it's going to be, but when it presents itself, we got to be able to make them.
Real quick question, playing at quarterback?
Yeah, they're going to keep rolling. So they're going to keep rolling, see where it's at as we go here.
All right, appreciate your time. Best of luck, Coach.
All right, Jane, clearly, and even in our conversations with Shane Bowen, all business ready to go. What did you pick up when you watched this first half?
Well, it's exactly what he said. The turnovers are really hurting his team. When you have 4 giveaways, more than likely your team is going to be behind. And what we saw is a team that was coming after the ball. When we think about Marquise Williams and what they were able to do, taking the ball away, running to the ball, very active. And look, they said they wanted to come in and they wanted to play fast and they wanted to take the ball away. They've done it. Plus, you talk about 4 turnovers. Really positive for them.
Yeah, they have to find a way just to try to get a running game going, because right now 2 of their 3 turnovers is going to be, obviously 2 of their 4 turnovers are going to be through the air. So they have to find a way to establish some kind of ground game so that they can kind of keep these defensive ends at bay and really get something consistently going.
Isaiah, it's a really good point, too, because we had speculated, hey, there needs to be a heavy run game for this West squad with all the attrition in terms of this lineup. They lost a slew of wide receivers right before this game, and the reality is they got to dig themselves out of a hole. You saw some of those turnover numbers. Husky Merritt, he has been a baller. Probably the lead guy to be your game MVP with the 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, he's been terrific. I mean, you talk about 2 touchdowns. He's had a lot of success. 8 carries, 74 yards. The tutties. It's the explosiveness that he displayed has been really impressive.
So here we go, second half, knocking on the door in the 100th edition of the East-West Shrine Bowl. Back to receive, it's Chisholm. He'll take it out of the end zone. Saw him being fearless, a little bit of a burst of speed, getting back out to about the 20. You see that smile on his face. Thrilled to be here, a late ad, and yet making maybe the most noise of all the wide receivers in the time that he did have with his teammates.
He might be a late addition, but he's a valuable one because he's so versatile in what he's able to do. He can play inside receiver, he can play outside receiver, his return ability. So you start talking about roles that you can fulfill on a roster. Hey, don't forget about me. I can do this for you, coach. Hey, don't forget about me. I can do this for you as well, coach. The more you can do is what they say in the league, isn't it, Buck?
Absolutely.
Okrosky, Merritt, a couple 360 spins. Oh, he just flashed you there. Peyton Thorne in at quarterback. Here, the East squad having a little bit of an advantage when you talk about reps. Cam Miller, 54 starts for him. Thorne, 48 in his career.
Yeah, 48, the experience, and also being able to play the entire half. So now you can settle in, get a rhythm. Everyone knows who's quarterback. Peyton Thorne, really athletic, really gritty. You look at his career, he's been very resilient, overcoming some obstacles.
So out of the gun again, the give to Krosky Merritt. Again, finding a burst of speed going to the outside, Isaiah.
Yeah, he's really quick back there. There's a really good job by Cam Horsley out of Boston College getting some penetration, but unfortunately it was on the backside of the play. And there's no defensive lineman in this game that are going to be able to run down 31.
Shiloh Sanders got some afterburners there, pushing him out of bounds.
I know we're talking about Merritt a lot of his ability to make plays with his legs, but we need to talk about the fact that, we've talked a lot about Jordan Phillips, and this offensive line is doing one heck of a job of keeping him at bay and allowing them to be able to get some ground game going.
East coaching staff, they felt good about what they had up front, and you're seeing that on full display. Another high snap, that's 2 right now. This is Thorne. Krosky Merritt couldn't hold on to the football.
Yeah, just a drop. And we know how the running game is in terms of the running back position. We know how that's going. Running backs have to be able to make plays in the passing game. So when you have an opportunity like that, you want to show scouts, hey, you can make all those plays.
Just in case you're just joining us, we got this college all-star showcase. You see the decals on the helmets for a lot of these players. Andrew Henry now in the backfield. No, he did not play at Arizona, but he was teammates with Krosky Merritt when they were both at New Mexico. Krosky Merritt only played 1 game with eligibility issues. Oh, that's taking a shot. Ja'Cory Brooks, the intended receiver.
Yeah, it looked like he almost squeezed it in there.
It was really good protection. It was a relatively good ball. It was good pass breakup by Greg Penn. You can see the protection right up front. He has all the time in the world. He tries to throw it over this Tampa 2 linebacker whose whole objective is to run down the middle of the field. It's a tight window. He gave his receiver a chance, but it's just a good play by the DB.
Yeah, sometimes defense wins.
All right, so Thorne, another opportunity here on a 3rd and 10. Thorne gets flushed out. So flag on the play.
Got a flag on the play, but Jordan Phillips, we just mentioned his name. He's been a little quiet the first part of today, but you guys are going to see him right here at the bottom of your screen. Okay, he does a good job of just breaking things up. Not only does he blow up the
offense, that penalty is declined.
Not only does he blow up the offensive guard, but he also identifies where the running back's going, and he disrupts his release as well.
And what you like about that, situational awareness, 3rd and long is an obvious screen down. So we talk about it. His antenna was up. Did a good job playing the running back on the way to get to the quarterback.
So LeJontay Wester back to receive. Luke Elzinga with the punt, and it'll fall out of bounds near the 30. So the East not able to capitalize, had the last possession of the first half, first to the second half. Let's see what the West can do.
I'm getting vaccinated Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm getting Prevnar 20 because pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. And my risk is 6 times greater because I'm over 50.
The CDC just expanded its recommendation for those 50 or older to get vaccinated. You're also at risk if you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions. Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect against both pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle and joint pain. Millions have chosen Prevnar vaccines, which have helped protect adults for over a decade and have an established safety profile.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20.
Febreze.
Still living with odors? Get back in there and freshen instantly with Febreze Air Mist. Febrze's fine mist floats longer in the air to fight even your toughest odors. So long, stinky smells and hello, amazing freshness. Febreze Air Mist.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions, home to possibility, and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Hi, I'm Mark Rippon, and you're watching the 100th East-West Shrine Bowl. Enjoy.
Well, we are enjoying ourselves. An opportunity to live out a dream for a lot of these players that we're watching right now. Ethan Garber's back in that quarterback, kid out of UCLA. You know, Jane Slater said it in the open. Some of the play calling. I said, you've been in these situations. Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator last season for UCLA, this was a pro-style offense that he was executing. Talking 17-word plays into the helmet. He was calling the protections. Coaching staff told us, hey, the transition for him has been pretty smooth.
Yeah, no, he's a very smart player. Obviously, when you're playing under Eric Bieniemy, you have to be able to hear, understand, interpret, and then be able to convey that out to the other 10 guys in the huddle. And they said he's done a really good job of doing that this week. What that's going to allow for him to do is be able to use some of his intangibles, like his footwork, like his strong arm, to be able to deliver the ball if he has time.
Taj Brooks with the short gain of 4 yards. Brooks, the all-time leading rusher, Texas Tech history. See Garber's going under center.
Take more than one.
Now and Noah in on the contact there. Number 51, not shy, man. Talk about a dude who likes the physicality.
Loves physicality. You love seeing where he came from the backside. Just the instincts, the go-getter mentality. You love seeing guys run to the ball and finish like that.
Especially when you're running up to tackle Taj Brooks.
Gotta run up on him there. He's big. He looks thicker.
You gotta get him down before he gets going.
Well, Isaiah, you made reference to it at halftime. You said, hey, this West squad's got to run the football. You're seeing that early here.
They just want to establish something positive.
Slow the game down. Calm the game down for it.
There it is.
Garber's touch. Incomplete.
It's a good ball.
Kanate Mumfield, a wide receiver you highlighted, Isaiah, in the game open. You got off the practice field the other day. I said, who do you like? You immediately pointed to the kid out of Pitt.
Yeah, Mumfield, he just does a good job of getting releases off the line of scrimmage, giving his guys a chance. You see him here, boom, get your hands off me. Now he's won. That is winning in college. That's winning in the NFL. That ball, you would like to see it be placed a little bit upfield and outside shoulder. It's placed a little bit on the inside, so he has to try to climb the tree to try to go make that play. If he drops it in the bucket to the outside shoulder, phase him to the sideline, that's a lot easier play, and most likely it ends up with a completion.
Yeah, Isis waxed her making a play.
Yeah, he did. He broke that up.
Tough sledding for this West offense. Efton Chisholm in the return game. Short little pickup. Yeah, a little skirmish on the football fields. We'll take you back to that in just a couple minutes. East right now on top.
Kick off Super Bowl 59 weekend with NFL Honors, hosted by Snoop Dogg. Find out who will be named the best of the best.
There's no act too small to make a difference in people's lives.
NFL Honors, presented by Invisalign, Thursday, February 6th at 9/8 Central.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
NyQuil Vapor Cool?
It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks Vapors.
NyQuil Vapor Core, the vaporizing nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
JJ!
You got this, come on.
Last 30 seconds! I love it, JJ. Turn it up!
TJ! Leaning into the intensity.
JJ, you know you put it down in the gutter. Don't watch out if you want. JJ! Yeah, one of these days.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who suffer from an upset stomach after a big meal? Try Pepto-Bismol. Whether you're traveling or out for a big meal, Pepto provides fast relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. Unlike some products, Pepto actively coats and neutralizes irritation to soothe your upper and lower digestive systems. For fast and effective relief from digestive upsets, stock up on Pepto today. Brand power helping you buy better.
Welcome back to the East-West Shrine Bowl here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. I am here with these two incredible adults. They are really why we do this game. Please meet, we've got Paige here, and we have also got Grayson. Paige, you're 20 years old now, but you got to experience Shriners Children's when you were 8 years old and diagnosed with SJ syndrome. Tell me a little bit about what that is and what you remember about your experience.
So Stevens-Johnson syndrome is a allergic reaction that takes place from a medication. So mine was a sulfur-based medication, and essentially I burned from the inside out. 70% of my body, from my head to my knees, burned from the inside out. And Shriners treated me as a typical burn patient, and something that I will forever remember is that they motivated me in my healing journey by letting me do art and go in the music room, and it was just really uplifting in the healing part. And I will forever be thankful for Shriners.
What do you remember about some of the football players that came to visit you?
I remember how they came and just played with us, and they were just one together with us and made us and all the other patient ambassadors feel, normal. And we all had fun together, so it was great.
Grayson, you have an interesting story as well. You are originally from Kyiv, Ukraine, and tell me a little bit about what you went through and why you were at Shriners.
Yeah, so I was born missing my femur bone and my hip socket on my right leg, which then resulted in my birth mom giving me up, which, I only have love in my heart for her, knowing she couldn't take care of me. And in that giving me up, I got to meet my parents, Clay and Cece, and they, through only the grace of God, knew someone that worked at Shriners, and they went through an organization called Hopeful Hearts that found me and went to Shriners and said, hey, is this something that we can do? And Shriners said, yeah, let's do it. It'll never hold them back. And 20 years later, it hasn't held me back.
You guys light up so much when you talk about your time with Shriners, and just seeing some of these football players in the room now. What do you remember about what they were like when they came and saw you?
Yeah, I think when they were hanging out with us yesterday, it wasn't us and them. It wasn't football players and Shriners patients. It was high schoolers and college age, and us just hanging out as friends. I mean, doing Duck Duck Goose with the little kids, or just me and Paige talking to some of the football guys just about their plans. As we get asked all the time, it was fun to just find that community with the guys and not being separate, but joining together through the incredible sport of football.
They really say if you come and do this event, it does essentially change you. This is my second year with some of you guys, and you guys are such incredible ambassadors. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and being a part of this.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you.
Jane, great stuff. I remember meeting Paige and Grayson back in Vegas a couple years ago, and their stories just so inspiring. Saw a couple moments ago. This move, another 360 spin, Toski Merritt. Well, he's putting a little video game display on.
Oh, that was up, down, trigger, left, circle, triangle. That was all of them. Oh, my God.
All of it. Oh, man. Jeez, the ability to make the first guy miss. You see it right here. He receives the ball. Immediately, there's somebody in the backfield. Jump cut, second jump cut. Oh, third jump cut, spin move, get vertical. Nope, not you either. Good job. Now, when you take somebody who has that capability and you put them behind the offensive line, then all of a sudden you get guys like Saquon Barkley. You start seeing what he's doing this year behind the Philadelphia Eagles line.
Great instincts and awareness.
All right, Nick Nash with the reception. Let's go back to Jane.
All right, well, I am down here with Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur getting a lot of hype at this game. Now, you didn't play in this one, but you did attend the practices. What stood out about this experience?
It's very exciting. I'm thankful for being able to get this experience here. And my teammates, my brother's out there, so I'm definitely here to support. And I got the invite, so I'm definitely proud to be a Shrine player.
Being around some of these NFL coaches in some of those practices, what stood out about the way that they were coaching? And just, I mean, look, you've got a tough coach in your father, but what's it like being around some of them? And did they give you anything that really stood out to you as you get ready for this next chapter?
I was definitely thankful to be around them, and I was thankful for my coach, Coach Pat Sherman. So all the terminology, everything that I learned during the season and just how he was overall, I was truly thankful, and I was supposed to call him and tell him how thankful I am that he was able to give me that experience. So now moving forward, it won't be adjustment.
You know, it's funny you say that because we were talking about in this game the need to pare down the playbook a little bit. You know, for people that aren't familiar with the quarterback position, there's a lot of words that go into it. A lot of these guys have got at max 8 words. What's the longest play call you've had in a game?
I don't know. I had 6 different offensive coordinators my time in college, so it's been a lot. But being able to get down the playbook and learn the playbook fast and knowing the different terminology, I love that challenge. So it was pretty fun. And being in the quarterback meetings, a lot of the play calls and everything, it was fun. So I'm glad I was able to experience that before it's time to go to the next level.
Scouts, obviously, a lot of them were talking to you this weekend. What was the one thing that stood out to you from some of those interactions? Some of the feedback or the interest? Have you got one of the craziest questions yet?
No, the thing that my dad was calling me. That was the most funniest thing. My dad would call me. You know, he had separation anxiety. So, yeah, he kept calling me. I said, look, Pops, it's over with. You know, it's time for me to soar on my own now. So the coaches enjoyed that. I'm an open book, so whatever questions they had for me, they asked. And I was just excited for the challenge. And the first time they actually was able to meet me in person and talk.
What's the one thing that you think maybe people don't know about you?
I'm really a humble guy. Yeah, I'm really a humble guy. I'm a team player, and I just love football. I did everything, you know, I want to do and can do in life just by how Pops helped us grow up and everything, so he instilled work in us, and he knew at the end of the day, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, so he never gave us like the privileged life to that sense. So he made us work for everything, and now, you know, I'm just thankful to be out here grinding, playing each and every week, each and every day, doing something I love.
What's it like being in AT&T Stadium when you think about, obviously this isn't where your dad played, but just the Cowboys in general? Uncle Irv, I know you're tight with him.
Now, being in this stadium is definitely fun. I know I'll play here very soon against the Cowboys. But no, it
excite you?
I'm excited about the challenges. Each and every day is work, and you're on your own. You know, so that's what I'm most excited for, being out there, pushing yourself to the limits. And you're not with a group of people. We're isolated. We're at Dad's house. Thankful that he built a nice house.
Favorite things that I see is your dad and his interactions with Miss Peggy. Yeah. You know, when we talk about, I know that he's all about giving back, being good to others. Obviously, one of the big things here is some of these kids and the patient ambassadors. What stood out to you about this experience?
It was fun because I was excited to see them and they was excited to see me. So like we both match energies. So that's what I enjoyed the most about this whole experience.
Well, it has been fun. It has been so much fun getting to know you. You really are a really nice guy.
Believe what they say online sometimes.
Don't believe what they say online. I enjoyed time speaking with you. And you know what? You can't separate yourself from Deion Sanders, the man. We got some video of your dad right here as we go to break.
That TV. It's like we're in the game.
I know. We had Best Buy install it.
Easy. Bigger's better.
So we went big with everything.
Wing?
What if game day was even bigger? Best Buy, official sponsor of Super Bowl 59.
Bring them funky back. We all know it's real fit, right?
Definitely. It is a TX. Hey, Lexus, take me to 2121 Douglas.
Finding new ways to flourish along any avenue is how we turn roads less traveled into roads best traveled. Find more space to thrive with the Lexus TX. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body liner. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time.
The perfect blend of flavor and heat. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Shake, shake.
Get loud, shake it from your waist down. Shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it. Go. Show what you got.
For these guys, giving 110 is no tired trope. It's the energizing truth. It doesn't happen here. It happens out there. It's serving up turkeys on Thanksgiving after shutting down whiteouts on Sunday. It's being an open book after hours of film study. It's getting looked up to as a big brother, not just an athlete. Shout out to the 18 community MVPs this season. Though only one can win the NFLPA Alan Page Community Award, all gave a true 110.
Back to some game action where the East on top 25-0. The Bargalis field goal extending that lead. What a wild drive. I mean, a heavy dose of run. 10 plays, 72 yards, capping with that field goal to extend the lead. Rushing numbers, the East 175, West 20 yards on the ground. Garbage back in at quarterback.
Nice throw. Yeah, it was a good ball to the outside. Protecting the team by making sure that it's either going to be a completion or incompletion out of bounds.
Juice Wells, the recipient there, we kind of joked in that first half because we were told he wasn't going to play, wasn't with the team, came back, and he's ready to roll. He's already got a couple grabs in this one.
He's going to try to stop the call your shot. He said it'd be the first shutout in history. He did.
Yeah, 1969, the last shutout that we have seen in the East-West Shrine Bowl.
Oh, wow. That's a good ball.
Muddy Parks, wide receiver out of Utah, and also another new add to this offense. Just got here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, going across the middle right there in the over route. Good job by Ethan Garbers, just getting the ball up and over. A lot of times you're able to see exactly the mobility of the quarterback's hips as he gets to the sideline. Does he get enough depth in the arc as he comes back around towards the line of scrimmage to be able to throw an accurate ball, or is he fighting his momentum and throwing it across his body?
Garbers got to step up, take it off. There's Tonto Hemingway.
Those guys are making it hard for him on the defensive front. You got guys all over the place. Boom, right here at the bottom of your screen, causing havoc. Get off me. All right, you got boom coming on the other side. Again, we talk about the ice cream sandwich. You got those book ends. One guy's holding the fort, the other guy, Johnny Walker's creating the pressure. You try to step up into the pocket, and all of a sudden there's nowhere to go.
You talk about Johnny Walker, man. Just relentless energy and effort that we're seeing from number 15.
Big time hitter. That's what the coaches told us.
Oh,
Garbers. Trace Stewart coming out of that backfield for the reception. Stewart, one of those guys with Jackson State, third in the country, 25 rushing touchdowns, certainly got a nose for the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to need him right now because this is probably one of the best drives that they've been able to put together in this game so far. They have the momentum. They're keeping the ball in their hands. Positive plays. Nothing's going backwards right now. See if they can put the ball in the end zone.
Garbers all day, wide open, all day.
Yeah, a little holding.
LaChante Wester.
It's tight.
So we do have a flag on the play.
We start talking about that chemistry between quarterbacks.
Prior to the pass, holding number 21, defense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, and automatic. First down.
So that's going to work in their favor as well, right? But as we talked about LaJohntay Wester, as he was running his route, it looked at it as if he was running a corner route. And a lot of times, there's different ways in which you can run that corner route.
You keep it high.
You want it, most quarterbacks want you to keep it high so that they can pull you to the sideline. A lot of times, receivers want to hurry up and bend it to the sideline, and there's no way for a quarterback to adjust you back open. So you saw a little bit of miscommunication there. Just another one of the challenges that you have in these All-Star games.
So Barber's working out of the gun. Oh, he's had some good projection. He's going to step up and take off. Gun. Oh, he's had some good projection. He's going to step up and take off. Keeper for about 7. Guys, we were told about his consistency at practice all week long.
Yeah, checks one, and he's gone. So that's one of the other things, right? You start having a little bit of lack of trust in your offensive line. You start getting pressured a little bit. You saw him go to his first read, and then after that, he said, "Oh, gotta go,"
because it looked like the seam was coming open.
Exactly.
Jarvis again misthrows Blaine Taylor, the intended wide receiver. I was just about to say, on a 2nd and 3, I haven't seen sort of a 2nd and short for this team's offense.
No, it's been hard. It's been tough sledding all night for this offense. We talked about they're finally getting the rhythm. They've been able to run the ball a little bit this drive. They completed some little pass. But now it's 3rd down. It's money down. Can they convert? Can they find a way to give themselves a chance to score points?
You can't miss on open throws like that either. Whether as on a QB or receiver, you have to make those plays.
3rd quarter in the books. West trying to get on the board as we get you some of the history of the remarkable game in the 100th edition.
Here you leave today and enter
A world of galaxies.
A world of speed.
A world of other worlds.
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
What makes Chipotle's chicken so different from everybody else?
Yeah, we cook. We actually cook it. We raise, no artificial anything. It's not frozen. Never frozen. Never. Ever. Ever. No. It's Chipotle. No freezers. It's really fresh.
My name is Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products.